My adventures at E3 2016 were made possible by NVIDIA Australia and New Zealand. Hello again, I am Blunty, and today I want to run you through my hands-on playthrough of the Forza Horizon 3 demo from E3. Now, sadly, because of the nature of the way I had to record this on the show floor, there's no sound, and the camera angle is less than ideal, so I am sorry about that. Presumably, or at least hopefully, I'll convince someone from Microsoft between now and the game's scheduled release date in September this year. I'll get even more hands-on and be able to show you some proper direct capture. The point of all these excuses is to try and communicate to you how eager I am to show you how astonishingly pretty this latest Forza Horizon game is. And I'm not just saying that because the whole thing takes place on my home soil, Aussie land. A racing map around chunks of Australia that comprise a game map twice the size of the world of Horizon 2, by the way. And along those sun-baked tracks, you'll be selecting from a roster of vehicles 350 strong, including some new classes of open-wheeled buggies and extreme off-roaders. And of course, the iconically Aussie Holden Ute is in there. Now, Australia, contrary to popular belief according to the many conversations I've had with non-Aussies on the matter, is actually a vastly geographically diverse island continent. It's not just all deserts and the bush and kangaroos, people. And in just the 3 stages provided in the E3 demo, I certainly got a good taste of just how well that's reflected in Horizon 3. Beach, bush, rainforest, country towns, mountain roads, and muddy outback location types I've spent plenty of time with in the real world, boots on ground as it were. They really did have a genuinely Aussie feel to them. They felt familiar. And though you can't really see it in my footage here, apparently all these skies are absolutely genuine Australian skies, captured through a 12K HDR camera rig, and indeed the skies did look astonishingly pretty. That gameplay feels just like you want a Forza Horizon game to feel like, more arcadey than simmy of course, and flowing liquid smooth and just kind of fun. And this time there'll be even more options for custom events, right down to time of day and weather and routes and even the music. And you can share your custom events and challenges around. The game will launch on the Xbox One and PC. The version I was playing here was of course running from a PC, and although I couldn't get a straight answer from the booth drone that I asked, considering there were literally several hundred NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080s on the show floor at various booths running pretty much every demo out there, it's probably a safe bet that this was churning along on one of those. And as was the catch cry of pretty much everything Microsoft this year at E3, yes, it'll be cross-play on PC and Xbox, and even cross-save. So now you can just play the version you want to play and not worry about which machine most of your friends will be playing on for multiplayer. And it gets better, it's also cross-buy. So if you pick up the digital version for either platform, you'll be able to play on the other platform as well for no extra charge. Hooray, Microsoft! And of course you've got all the expected multiplayer stuff in there, but there's also a new 4-player campaign co-op option. The Drivatar system is back as well, dumb name and all, and this time you can recruit your friends' Drivatars to compete in your custom festival events, which is a pretty fun idea. Personally speaking, I've always enjoyed the more arcadey style races far more than the technical sim style races, and for arcadey fun, Forza Horizon is, I think you'll agree, a must play. And I don't expect this latest iteration to be an exception to that rule. And yes, the rewind time if you colossally screw up thing is in here too. The 10-minute taste I got at E3 absolutely whet my appetite for more, much more. In fact, I went back to the booth no less than 4 times to replay the demo. Which I've got to tell you is really saying something considering how busy I was at E3 and how little time I had to spare. The game is already looking spectacular, playing super smooth, and has a ton of delightful Aussie flavour to the look and sound of it. And yes, on sound again, I couldn't really record it properly for you, but it does sound fantastic. It's been a while since I've truly sunk into a racing game. I mean, I've played several recent offerings and enjoyed many of them, but I'm getting a sense that Forza Horizon 3 may be one of the few that really gets its claws into me properly. And being an Aussie-based game, I expect those claws to be attached to some venomous or toxic or poisonous or just plain cranky critter. We've got lots of them here! I wonder if we'll get some Drop Bear DLC. And as with pretty much any racing game that comes out from here on in, I am really hoping for a VR patch, especially in a game this pretty. Racing games just seem to lend themselves to VR really nicely, don't you think? Oh, and thank goodness, it even sounds like they've hired an actual Australian to do the voiceover stuff, instead of some Yank sounding like a brain-damaged Londoner trying a South African accent, like we see all too often when an Aussie accent is required in media. I'm looking at you, The Simpsons. Just hire an Australian voice actor when you need an Australian, for crying out loud. It sounds terrible, you asshats. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.